Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video with a toy rewind which winds the clock back 24 years to 1992's X-Men X-Force Deadpool. So get ready to feel all warm and fuzzy inside with nostalgia as we look at the card back and feast upon action figures of all our favourite X-Force characters. And Gideon. Now some folk today like to complain about the scarceness of the likes of Black Widow and Rey in Avengers and Star Wars merchandising. Yet 24 years ago we barely even had an internet to bitch and whine about the likes of Boom Boom, Siren and Domino, you know, actual members of X-Force being shut out of the X-Force line for the likes of Gideon, GW Bridge and Grizzly. Here he is out of packaging, sure in the shadow of say the Marvel legends we collectors enjoy today, yet only one Deadpool figure has the distinction of being the very first one, and this is it. History right here in the form of 5 inches of plastic. Now, as someone who did avidly collect these way back then, and don't judge me, we were yet to be shown better. But had a visitor from the future travelled back in time to 1992 to tell us that in 2016 we'd be enjoying a Deadpool live-action movie, not only would I have not believed them, I'd have likely grabbed a pitchfork and chased them out of town, or gathered together the townsfolk to capture them, tie them to the stake and burn them alive. Or maybe I'm confusing 1992 with 1692. Actually, back when this was released, the Deadpool character had only made his first appearance in the comics the year prior, so Deadpool had yet to be cemented as the character that we know and love today. With Deadpool here, I guess it's a case of why mess with a winning formula, as from the very get-go we get his signature weapons, his katana blades. It's a pretty cool feature that they can be stored on his back and removed. Admittedly, they are a bit stubby, but complain I should not, as after all this is from the 90s, and in that decade he could easily have not come with these and with a gun that shoots water instead. However, the 90s do rear their ugly head in the action feature of his left hand, which does mean he can only hold a katana in his right hand, as his left hand is reserved for the spring-out dagger action that the card front trumpeted. But let's not beat around the bush, it's not exactly the most menacing blade, is it? In fact, it's the kind of blade you'd bake into a cake when you want to break somebody out of prison. But nonetheless, let's see just what kind of damage we can do with it, picking by chance whatever action figure I have to hand as our unlucky victim. Oh, what a coincidence! Well, I don't know about you, but that made me feel better. Now looking at his articulation, I'd like to say it shows his age, but then articulation's been creeping back of late, so the head rotates, as does the arm at the shoulder, a single jointed elbow. Then at the hips his legs move backwards and forwards, and he has a single jointed knee. Like I said, not a lot going on, but back then we had low expectations. Now the later and much more superior Marvel figures rendered many a Marvel figure of this period pretty much valueless, but perhaps a sign of the strength of popularity of Deadpool is that this action figure is one that holds some value. Don't get me wrong, I mean I can't sell it and retire on the proceeds, we're not talking about that kind of sum of money, but I could sell it and probably buy 100 each of Gideon, GW Bridge or Grizzly. Anyway, click this video for the previous toy rewind featuring Spider-Man Unlimited, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.